He is known for being a pantheistic philosopher. He is recognized for his condemnation by the Church in 1210. He is David of Dinant. In the medieval town of Dinant, a philosopher by the name of David pondered the mysteries of the universe. He was a pantheistic thinker, believing that the divine essence permeated all aspects of existence. David's philosophy was not without controversy, and he found himself at odds with the Church for his unorthodox views. Born into a time of scholasticism and religious fervor, David was greatly influenced by a pantheistic sect known as the Amoricians. His writings, particularly the Quaternuli, caught the attention of the Church, leading to his condemnation in 1210. Forced to flee Paris, David's fate became shrouded in mystery. It is known that he lived on until at least 1215 when he faced condemnation once again during a council. Although much of David's works were banned, fragments of his philosophy have survived through the writings of his contemporaries and opponents. Among them, Albert the Great and St. Thomas Aquinas shed light on David's unique worldview. Central to his beliefs was the idea that everything in existence could be categorized into bodies, minds, and eternal substances. Matter was the indivisible building block of physical entities, while intellect formed the essence of minds or souls. Remarkably, David saw all three, matter, intellect, and God, as being one and the same. For him, the material, intellectual, and spiritual realms all shared the divine essence of God. David of Dinant's philosophical perspectives challenged the traditional boundaries of thought. His belief in the interconnectedness of all things and the presence of God in every aspect of existence sparked debate and controversy. Although his ultimate fate remains a mystery, his ideas continue to inspire philosophical inquiry and reflection to this day. Little is known about the details of David's life. It remains a mystery whether he was born in Dinant in Wallonia or in Dinant in Brittany. However, what we do know is that David was a magister, a teacher, most likely at the University of Paris. He dedicated himself to studying the works of Aristotle, which had been reintroduced to Europe after the Crusades. It was Aristotle's physics and metaphysics that particularly influenced David's philosophical views. During his time in Paris, David's work, titled Quaternuli, faced condemnation by a provincial council in 1210. This council, led by Peter of Corbeil, the Bishop of Sens, went to extreme measures. They ordered the disinterment and burning of the body of Amalric of Chartres, burned David's writings, and even forbade the reading of Aristotle's works on natural philosophy. Those found in possession of David's writings after Christmas were declared heretics. The condemnation of David and Aristotle was reiterated in 1215 by Cardinal Robert Corcon, the papal legate. The council's order had a profound impact, causing David to flee from France and escape punishment. Unfortunately, as a consequence of this condemnation, all of David's writings vanished. We are left to piece together his doctrines from the assertions of his contemporaries and opponents, such as Albert the Great and St. Thomas Aquinas. Though little remains of David's original work, his ideas continue to intrigue and influence philosophers today. Despite the lack of concrete information about his life, his commitment to studying Aristotle and his condemnation by the council highlight the significance of his philosophical contributions. David's story serves as a reminder of the challenges faced by those who challenge established beliefs and the enduring impact that their ideas can have on future generations. David, a philosopher from Dinant, held a unique perspective on divinity, one that challenged traditional beliefs and offered a new way of understanding the world. He identified God with the material substratum of all things, known as materia prima. In his philosophy, David reduced reality to three categories: bodies, minds, and eternal substances. According to him, matter was the indivisible substrate of bodies, intellect was the constituent of minds or souls, and God was the essence of eternal substances. For David, these three aspects, matter, intellect, and God, were one and the same, making all things, whether material, intellectual, or spiritual, ultimately connected to God. David's philosophy, often labeled as pantheistic, caused controversy among his contemporaries. Albert, a contemporary scholar, accused David of perpetuating the heresy of a figure named Alexander, who taught that God, intellect, and matter were one substance. The exact identity of this Alexander remains uncertain, but the pantheistic nature of David's beliefs is widely acknowledged. Critics of David's philosophy saw it as incompatible with Christian dogma and feared that it would contribute to the spread of pantheistic interpretations of Greek philosophy and the rise of heretical movements like the Albigensian heresy. Despite the criticism, David's philosophy offers insights that can still be relevant in our daily lives. By recognizing the interconnectedness of all things and viewing God as the essence of everything, David invites us to see the divine in the world around us. This perspective can help us cultivate a sense of awe and reverence for the natural world, fostering a deeper appreciation for the beauty and complexity of existence. It also encourages us to recognize the inherent value and dignity of all living beings, promoting a more compassionate and inclusive approach to our interactions with others. In a world plagued by division and discord, David's philosophy reminds us of our shared essence and interconnectedness. It challenges us to move beyond narrow-mindedness and embrace a broader perspective that recognizes the unity underlying diversity. By embracing this philosophy, we may find greater peace, harmony, and understanding in our relationships and in our engagement with the world. David's ideas, though controversial in his time, continue to offer a thought-provoking framework for grappling with questions of divinity and our place in the universe.
Do you want to explore more philosophers? Who do you want to see featured next? Subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.